Hello, welcome to your July Shadowscope with me, Sally Kent. I'm really looking forward to pulling some cards for you and delving into the insight and guidance of the tarot and also some archetypal decks. And I'm using my own personal deck for the Shadowscopes. I thought it'd be interesting to bring in the deep, rich symbolism from the Egyptian Thoth Tarot, which has a deep and enchanting history, let's say. They always resonate with me for my own personal readings, and I thought it was about time that I share some of that deep, rich magic with you all. So without further ado, I hope you really enjoy your July Shadowscope. So let's take a look at the cards. Hello, beautiful Taurus. This is an exciting reading for you, an exciting month. And the deeper you want to go, the richer the reward, I'm happy to report. So whether you're experiencing transformational life experiences at the moment, or whether or not you're trying to create them and experiencing some impatience with how quickly they're manifesting, the changes are coming, and the more you trust that, the quicker they will unfold. You are being called to heighten your intuition, to develop it, to listen to your inner voice, to discern intuitive guidance from the voice of the ego. So one of the simplest ways to do that is to observe how you're feeling as well. So the ego voice is always in a rush, always needs things now, blames other people for how it's feeling. It's us and them, me or you. It's divisive, stressful, angst, tension. The voice of intuition, however, is one of going slower, taking time to consider all options, having compassion for other people as well as ourselves, to realise that we can never change anyone, we can only change ourselves, is a realisation that comes through our intuition. So there seems to be this focus on daily life of tending to the house, tending to your body, tending to responsibilities if you have children, for instance. But then this apparent change of direction in terms of how you're thinking and behaving. There is a shift in gear in July. You're able to focus on home matters as well as greater pursuits. But because the Hierophant is in the crossing position, it does seem that accessing this spiritual guidance is causing some tension for you. It's almost like you don't trust it, or you're unsure about how to discern it. So intuitive messages tend to come in patterns. So if you keep hearing the same song on the radio, for instance, or you're thinking of somebody and then they call, it's synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, signs and symbols that match the dots and connect the dots and help you to figure out the jigsaw puzzle. The Hierophant is asking you to consider what it is that you really want to do in terms of a calling, like your life purpose, like what it is that you feel you're being guided to do. And we only really get that guidance when we go within, and it seems like you've just been too busy externally to access that inward guidance until recently. But July, there's a change in gear. For some of you, there has been a physical ending in a relationship or a stressful situation, and finally in July you can see that the light is coming and that a new day and a new chapter is is here, and things that used to stress you out don't have anywhere near the same effect anymore. There is a resurgence of something from the past. For some of you, this could be the reignition of a past connection with somebody. Some of you may be reigniting a connection with an old flame, an ex-partner. But for others, it could manifest as something that you really enjoyed doing in the past, really wants to come back for you to enjoy it again, and to enjoy it on a deeper level now. It does seem that you're kind of done with planning, with organising, with thinking about things. It's like, yeah, okay, I know what I need to do. I've thought about it. I've got my plan. Now I just want to get on with it. And it seems like you're ready to kind of go for a new mission, a new goal, and to create some magic moving forward in July. You have access to amazing energy in July where you can really start to see rewards for efforts that you're putting in at work. So for some of you that own your own business, for instance, you could see an influx of repeat clients as well as new clients. For those of you that are in employment, you could see a new opportunity is offered to you, a promotion, a new job entirely that's more beneficial for you. But I do feel that there's this kind of entrepreneurial energy about you this month, Taurus. There's this yearning to go within, because you've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess and the Magician and the Chariot and the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. And you've got the Devil in the Thoth deck. So there's a lot of major arcana energy here on the table, and it's calling you to really embody the changes that you are going through, because there's literally tons of universal guidance that wants to come forth to you in your waking life, in your dreams, with patterns, with kind of signs and symbols all around you. So this is a real time in July for you to trust the guidance that you get, and then to kind of act upon that guidance, because that's what it's there for, is to guide us to magnificent places. And you know, I feel like you've really got this opportunity to pursue your dreams and goals in a new-found way in July, Taurus. Other people are viewing you as the star at the moment, so people are seeing that you are hoping and wishing for things, and that you are pursuing your dreams, and that you have access to doing what you love doing. People see you as very hopeful and optimistic, and you know, you are like a guiding light to others. But this is about you recognising how you guide others, and this is time for you to be guided by the magical force that you're fascinated with this month, because you're yearning for guidance, you're yearning for these changes to unfold in a positive way. So trust that they will, and keep asking for guidance. Please pay attention to your dreams and look up the symbolism of whatever comes forth in your dreams, and then you'll find out what your subconscious is trying to tell you. So for instance, if you dream about water, that is associated with emotion. So kind of however the water is behaving in your dream is symbolic of kind of how you're feeling at the moment, or how you're managing your feelings, and that's just one symbol. So excuse my dogs in the background. So in your hopes and fears, we have the King of Wands, which is the card of the entrepreneur, the card of believing in ourselves so much that we're willing to put ourselves out there and, you know, show our creative skills and manifest our desires, manifest our dreams. But for it to be in the hopes and fears position, it does seem that it's something you hope for, but you're also quite nervous about pursuing that. For some of you, you could be dealing with a fire sign. You could be dealing with Leo, Sagittarius. Or an and Aries, I feel, for some of you. I just was hearing that it's almost like you're inspired and captivated by somebody, yet you're under a spell to actually realise that what you're seeing in them is a reflection of what is coming through in you. So what we find inspiring about others is something that wants to come and be born within us. So whatever it is you're kind of drawn to, attracted to this month, know that whatever that person is exhibiting is something that really wants you to grow within yourself. So there does seem to be a decision that needs to be made in July that you're a bit nervous about making, and I do feel like it is related to career in some way. For some of you it could be with a relationship, because we have got the Devil card here with for the message from the subconscious. So for some of you, maybe the majority of you, this is a relationship matter, because the Devil energy it can be about sexuality, it can be about fascination with things, it can be about obsessions, addiction for some. And I've pulled a Thoth tarot card for you, and this card is said to represent a message from the depths of your shadow. So it's something that you don't want to kind of look at, you don't want to see, or something that you can't see, or something that is associated with things that you're upset about or shameful about, or kind of low vibrational energy about. And this is the idea of the Shadowscope, is to not only bring about the light, but to illuminate the darkness as well, so that we can integrate that aspect of ourselves that we've been repressing. Because when we repress parts of ourselves, we end up living a smaller life, and we end up living a life that isn't really truly us. And interestingly enough, that is what the Devil represents. It represents parts of ourselves that we don't want to acknowledge are there. And when we recognise that we're both light and dark, we can become incredibly powerful. So interestingly enough, so I've pulled a Thoth card for every star sign as a message from the shadow. And it's interesting that the card that has jumped out for you for July actually represents the shadow. So it's a pretty powerful message, Taurus, because if we can just shine the light of our awareness on the things that we feel shady and primal and deeply chained to, we can realise that we have a choice to be chained or attached or obsessed or addicted to this thing, and we can realise that actually we all have this aspect of us. And it's interesting that in myth the Devil is associated with the god Pan, and this is who is depicted in the Thoth tarot, the god Pan. And it's, you know, it's said to symbolise, you know, that we're part of the earth as well, and that it's natural for us to have sexual urges, and it's natural for us to have darkness as well as light. But when we acknowledge that, we become incredibly more balanced and powerful, and we unlock a lot of positive energy that has been kind of restricted and held back because we haven't wanted to acknowledge that part of ourselves. So it's an incredibly freeing month for you, Taurus, where you really have an opportunity to really break the mould and be more authentic. So the card of Eros, the circular card, is from a deck of archetypes. So much like the tarot, archetype cards can be read in both light and dark energy. So the Eros energy is about love as desire and eroticism and sensuality. It's very similar to the Devil energy. So through Eros, it can be depicted. So though Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism, a more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its centre. So Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love, and it is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. And the Hindu goddess Lalita, she who plays, can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Kashmashivra, Empress of Desire. So if you're experiencing this archetype in a light energy, then you might be experiencing feelings of passion, playfulness and sexual health. But if you're experiencing this as dark energy, then you might be feeling like experiences of madness and projection and obsession. So it's interesting for you to kind of ponder those things through July, and to really look at the connection between the devil energy and the Eros energy. So this is an incredibly powerful and transformational time where you can pursue passion in terms of your goals and through sexual and intimate connections, it seems. But I like the Eros interpretation, that it's about anything that we find beautiful and allowing ourselves to experience it to the fullest. So I really hope you do experience July to the fullest, and that you can access that quiet so that you can hear that intuitive guidance to guide you forth to pursue everything that matters to you. So I'm sending you so much love, Taurus. Thank you for watching. Remember that this is just a general, so if you want something more specific, feel free to contact me, and do feel free to look up your other astrological placements, your rising sign, and watch those correlating videos for more guidance. But I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in August.